Satnam and welcome to today's Kundalini Yoga and meditation as taught by Yogi Bhajan. My name is Ann Taylor and it is my privilege to lead you in yoga this morning. Let's start by feeling our sitting bones connecting to the mat. Or if you're in a chair, feel your sitting bones connecting to the chair. Feeling that connection to Mother Earth as we put down our roots into the earth so that we remain balanced as we do the more elevated work. Staying grounded. And when you feel a good connection, begin long, deep breathing by opening up the belly on the inhale and drawing the breath up from the navel center, up into the heart center, and all the way to the collarbone. On the exhale, reversing the process and allowing your eyes to remain closed and focused at the brow point. The chin is in a slight neck lock, which simply means to tilt your chin somewhat, just slightly towards your chest, opening up the back of the neck as you continue long, deep breathing. Allowing any cares of the day to remain at the door so that you can really focus your time and attention within. And allowing an intention or image, whatever comes into your mind. See if you can let something come in spontaneously that needs your attention to dedicate your class to. And before every Kundalini yoga class, we tune in with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong, the creative sound of the universe. The creative sound that beats our hearts, the creative sound that is life. We call upon that internally. Guru, going from darkness to light. The Guru is not out there. The Guru we are calling upon is our higher self, located at the center of the heart. When you chant Ong, think of your skull as a conch shell so that you're really vibrating from deep within your being. The sound is generated from the navel point. Ong. And we'll follow that by the mantra for protection. If you're not familiar with the words, just allow the vibrations to wash over you. And rubbing the palms of the hands briskly together. Placing them at the heart center, applying some pressure between the palms. And the thumbs are really tucked right into that sternum notch there. Helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. Allow the eyes to close if they're not already. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgirinme Jugadgire Name, Satgire Name, Siddhigure Name, Adgire Name, Jugadgire Name, Satgire Name, Siddhigure Name, Adgire Name, Jugadgire Name, Satgire Name, Siddhigure Name. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale, relaxing your hands down. And I have more information on tuning in on the website, metaheartcenter.com. The glossary is all the way at the bottom of the page. So if you want to know, well, what does that mean? How do you pronounce it? There's more information there. And so I've got a full class lined up for us. And the focus of our first, it's a one-step kriya. It's the breath of fire with lion's paws. And so this is going to be working on our pituitary, which is going to help the pineal gland to secrete its sweetness. And also it will charge up our electromagnetic field. And we know how important that is if you've been working on the heart coherence. Now, breath of fire is a powerful breath of fire if you are on your moon cycle, ladies, or you may be pregnant, then just substitute long, deep breathing. So again, just briefly, breath of fire is equal inhale, equal exhale. It's easiest if you imagine a dog panting. On the exhale, the navel point comes in, and then just switch that to the nose. And it doesn't have to be fast. So if, find, as always, find a pace that works for you. So with pranayama, always have a tissue handy. Okay, so the mudra, as you may, by the name of the kriya, lion's paw, we're going to be taking our fingers and tensing them like into claws. And this is really stimulating to the pituitary. And the movement is going to be a movement like this where we cross, down, cross, and then you're going to be switching which side you're crossing on. Now, if you've got some shoulder issues going, don't worry. An alternate that I would want you to do is just stay in easy pose with your hands in Gyan Mudra, and then just visualize the crossing. We'll be doing this for 5 minutes. The kriya calls for 9, but that's for more advanced students. So I am going to be having a tantric har going. You don't have to go that fast, but the intention is for a rather quick movement. The eyes will remain closed, focused at the brow point as we get going. And I'll time us as usual. Let's go a little louder. Let's begin. Tensing the fingers. Crossing over the crown. And don't forget to breathe powerfully. Inhale, exhale. Hada is the creative aspect of the divine. You can expect the ego to kick in. Excellent. Keep going. You're doing great. One more minute. Get the body involved. Out of the head. Now stick your tongue out and continue the motion. And now inhale deeply, just keeping the mudra over the head. Exhale. Again, one deep inhale and suspend for up to 30 seconds. Exhale when you need to. Relaxing the hands down. And be with your experience. Allow the eyes to remain closed. If you need to shake out your arms a little bit. And just remain in a meditative state. contraction, expansion. In breathing, out breathing. The path is a continual process of moving and change. We'll just continue to relax for a few more moments. That was rather vigorous. Mentally expand your aura, your electromagnetic field. Feel the expansion. Okay, and now we are going to begin Nabhi Kriya for Prana-Apana. So this is different than just Nabhi Kriya, which we did, I lost track, a week or two ago. And it's not quite as rigorous as Nabhi Kriya, but we are focusing on the navel all the same. So the first exercise is front life nerve stretch. So simply extend one leg out straight in front of you, and the heel is tucked in to the upper thigh. If that doesn't work, that's fine. Just put it down towards your knee. If you need to get a cushion to put under your knee, make it reasonable. If this is hurting your hip, support yourself. This is not about torture. This is about pushing yourself to your limit, finding out where that edge is without going into pain. We do not want that. Okay, so we'll be doing this 2 minutes on each side, and I will be timing you so you can just go deeply into the exercise. And we lead with our heart center, and you can't see my foot, but so if you're able to reach your toes, the first 2 fingers wrap around the big toe in toe lock, and then press the thumb into the nail bed. So that's toe lock, and that further stimulates the pituitary. It's better to just come down here to your knee or your thigh, rather than, you don't want to be leading with your head. This is not about leading the heart center down, but your chin is in a slight neck lock. So finding your position, and we're going to be doing a powerful breath of fire. And again, I won't repeat it again after this, just substitute long, deep breathing if need be. So this is going to open the lungs. It balances the polarity of the aura, which we've just expanded, and stimulates the pituitary. So let us begin. The eyes are closed and focused at the brow point. Keep the back of the knee down on the floor, which may mean you need to bring your hand up closer onto your knee or thigh. That's fine. As you're doing your breath of fire, engage the navel point. Nabhi means navel center, third chakra. If the mind wanders, call it back to the breath. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale and switch sides. So you may remember that prana is the life force energy, similar to qi, same concept in the Chinese system. When you have acupuncture, if you do, it's to allow the qi to flow more freely, remove the blockages. Prana, that's the same idea, it just comes from the Indian culture. Apana is the opposite. We can't just keep taking in energy. That would be almost like hoarding, right? So we take in and then we release. We take in, so that's apana is the opposing force, the force of elimination. Okay, and let us continue on the other side. A breath of fire. Very cleansing. At some point during these exercises, your ego will kick in and it will hijack your mind. No problem. Simply notice and come back to the breath. Excellent. 45 more seconds. Finish strong. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale and relax. And if you need to shake out your legs a little bit, best not to drink too much water while you're practicing yoga. And preferably don't eat for 2 hours ahead of time. All right, the next exercise is kicking buttocks. So it's exactly the way it sounds, and it aids digestion. So there's a meridian point in your buttocks. You may remember this from when we sit in rock pose on our heels, that we are rhythmically going to be tapping that point. We'll be laying back, but the exercise is just basically kicking the heels gently. You're not hurting yourself. You're just tapping your heels, but come fully onto your back and lay down. And let's begin kicking buttocks. Coordinating the breath with the motion. You can slow it down. So you may inhale over several kicks, but just keep it rhythmic and equal inhale, equal exhale. Remembering the inhalation is stimulating the sympathetic nervous system, the male energy force, speeding things up. And the exhale is stimulating the parasympathetic. So we don't want to shortchange the parasympathetic here. If the mind wanders, and that's its job, just gently return to the breath with compassion for yourself. The times will naturally become longer with practice, the spaces between the interruptions. Excellent. Inhale and just lie on your back, get in a comfortable position, and just take kind of a micro break between this and the next exercise. And so we live in a culture, and all of this applies to me. That's, you teach what you must need to learn, right? So, we check our email. I guess they call it FOMO, fear of missing out, right? What's happening? What's on Instagram? Who's checked my post? But really, we're doing such a disservice to ourselves when we allow ourselves, to be interrupted too much, right? Nothing wrong with those technologies; they're great. But just like the ego, we want to be in control of it and have it serve us rather than the other way around. There was a great segment on NPR about that yesterday. Okay, so now we're going to do leg push pulls. And we'll do it for 2 minutes, which is not quite the full length. It can go up to 3. So if you choose to practice this later with the recording, you can always stop the recording and go the extra minute. If you're laughing, that's good. Okay, so leg push pulls reminder. The checkpoints keep the small of the back pressed onto the floor. And it's not a cycle, it's an in and out like a piston. And let us begin. Coordinating the breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And if at any point you need to stop, just visualize the exercise by allowing your eyes to remain closed and just seeing your legs going in and out if need be. You always want to make sure that you're not stressing yourself so much that you're going to have a sore abdomen the next day. You want to stop short. If you're sore the next day, I mean, more than just a little bit, you want to back off what you're doing. So maybe 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off type thing. Forty more seconds. Engaging the navel point. Nabhi. Just 10 more seconds. Inhale and relax. And just remain on your back. And just breathe deeply for a few moments before we go into the next one. Just two more that are a little bit challenging, and then the rest go into much easier, not so much navel. So hang in there. Okay, so the next exercise is front platform. So this is going to give the lower back some strengthening and stimulating the brain. So I will show you the way the exercise is described, which is to take your palms, place them under your shoulders, extending out in a platform. The tops of the feet are on the floor. So a modification would be to put your knees down if you need to, but try to periodically at least stretch up into plank pose. So we're supposed to be in a straight line. And if need be, like I said, come back to your knees. And again, we'll be doing a breath of fire. We'll do this for 2 minutes. If you need to stop at the end of a minute altogether, no problem. Just keep visualizing. And let us begin. Breath of fire. Engaging the navel point. If you're relatively new to Kundalini Yoga, do not be discouraged. It's amazing how much my body has adapted over the past 9 to 10 years doing it. Halfway mark. Excellent. Keep going. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale, and gracefully come out of the position. And just relaxing for a moment. And just take a moment to be with your experience. Just notice what you're feeling, coming out of the head, dropping into the body. So the next exercise, and again, this is the last strengthening one, is stretch pose. And this is a good one to practice a minute a day or build up to a minute a day. It will change the way that you are in the world, because the third chakra, the navel center, is the will, and it's how we show up in the world. Weak third chakra, weak presence. Strengthening the navel point, speaking from the navel point, you're coming out strong into the world. Not necessarily in a masculine way, but in a balanced way, coming from your power center. There's no gender to that. Okay, are we rested enough? So a couple variations on stretch pose. You engage the navel, so just the way it's supposed to be done, engaging lower, make sure the lower back's pressed into the floor so you do not injure yourself. The head comes up, the toes come up, and your eyes are open, gazing over the toes. Okay, and if that's too much, particularly, since we've been doing some navel work, you can bend your knees and modify the position. Okay, so finding what works for you. Just a little energy here with the music. For 1 minute. And let's begin. Eyes open, gazing over the toes. Be proud of yourself for showing up for yourself. Twenty more seconds. Inhale and relax. Excellent. Just feel free to lie on your back for a few moments. Okay, so the challenging ones are done. Just take another 30 seconds or so. So the next series that we'll be doing is to open the heart center. We've been focusing on the third chakra, navel, right? No kidding. And now we're going to bring that energy up to the heart center. So here's where the power happens. And we begin by, okay, we don't need to time this. So the hands are out to the sides, and notice my fingers are spread. And so you're feeling quite a bit of tension in your fingers. And just take several long, deep breaths. Feeling the spine nice and straight. Sitting bones connected to the earth. And chin is in a slight neck lock. So this is a great kriya. Also helps to alleviate mild depression. Okay, so now we are going to make fists with our hands. The fingers are going to wrap around the thumbs. And imagine that you are pulling, that your hands are holding a handle that has enormous weight. And you're going to inhale deeply, suspend the breath, and pull towards the heart center. So let's begin. Inhale, suspend, and pull. When your fists come close to the heart center, release with cannon breath through the mouth. Okay, and do 2 more times at your own pace. Inhale, suspend, and pull. Pulling all that weight into the heart center. And when you're done, again, just spread your fingers and I'll time us. Long, deep breathing. And see if you can bring your arms so that they're 60 degrees from your body. So it's as if you're going to hug somebody, but your arms are still open. That may be hard for you to see. Turn this way. So like that. Breathing deeply. And now bringing the hands so that they're just a couple inches apart. Just see if you can feel the energy that you're creating between your fingers and your palms. Right in front of the heart center. So it almost feels like you're pressing the opposite end of 2 magnets together. If you're building up the energy. And now place the palms together and focus at the brow point. Allowing the eyes to close, which is our default position. And now, inhaling with the hands in the same position, and exhale down, heart center to the floor, inhaling up, and continuing this bowing motion. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And inhale in the up position. Exhale and allow the hands to come into Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger touching. Index finger is Jupiter, expansion. Thumb is the ego. We're expanding beyond. And just be with your experience. Allowing the energy to focus at the brow point. If the mind gets chatty, just notice and come back to the breath. In breathing, out breathing. Contraction, expansion, the path is a continual process of moving and change. And now make your way down onto your back for deep relaxation. With as few steps as possible, I will remain sitting and hold the space. The arms are to the sides, the palms are facing up. If you're tempted to skip this portion, please think again. This is where the healing occurs. This is where your body makes the adjustments it needs to. The yoga and the exercises are really just about putting your body into different stressful positions. And now it's going to adjust itself. Allow the nervous system to adjust. Allow the hormonal system to adjust. And begin by bringing your awareness to your toes. Your big toe. Your little toe. All of your toes. Notice the soles of your feet. If you have bare feet, feel the temperature. Notice the temperature on the soles of your feet. And now relaxing the shins. feeling the knees relax, allowing the muscles of the thighs to let go of any tension you may be carrying. The legs are now completely relaxed. Imagine that your spine is a beautiful crystal straw. And begin to inhale into the base of the spine, into the straw, filling up the pelvic bowl. The Shushmana is such a beautiful crystal straw. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the navel point, it deserves it. Relaxing the intestines, relaxing the pelvic bowl. And now inhale deeply from the navel point up into the heart center, bringing that energy, just as we did in the Kriya, from the navel up into the heart center. Breathing deeply now. Heart focus, heart breathing. The heart is the home of the neutral mind. And now inhale deeply into the region of the throat, the fifth chakra. Silently vibrating Sat Nam into your throat. Truth is my identity. I resonate with the truth. Relaxing your arms, your shoulders, and let any tension flow down your arms, out your fingertips, and allow Mother Earth to absorb that energy and neutralize it. Inhaling deeply now into the third eye point between the eyebrows, the area of the pituitary and pineal gland, the third eye point, just layers of different levels of grossness or essence. And now one last time together, inhale deeply. Imagine you're exhaling out the crown, and white and golden light is now emanating from the crown, surrounding you in a protective glow of light. Allowing the body to relax now. I will hold the space and call you back shortly. You'll occasionally hear the crystal bowl just to know that you're still connected. Inhale deeply. And begin to bring your awareness back into the room. When you're ready, begin to make small circles with your wrists and ankles. And now stretch the arms overhead, pointing the feet in the opposite direction. Elongate your spine. And arms out to the side for cat stretch. Bringing one knee across your body. The head points the opposite direction, keeping the shoulders on the ground. And if you can't make it all the way to the floor, that's fine. Use a pillow. Accepting where we are. Switching sides. And just allow the yoga to come to you where you're at. That feels good. Okay, and then rubbing the palms of the hands, soles of the feet, stimulating the 72,000 nerve endings, grabbing hold of the knees, and gently rocking on the spine a couple times. Okay, and come sitting in easy pose for our meditation. Now, this meditation is called Meditation to Change the Ego. And we begin with just 3 minutes. So if this is one that speaks to you, the guidance is to begin with 3 minutes and then just add 3 to 5 minutes per week. So you start with 3 minutes the first couple days, and then maybe add 30 seconds. So by the end of a week, you might just be up to 6 minutes or whatever. Just the point is to do it gradually. This meditation has many effects, including it will help with tension and hypertension. So if you have high blood pressure, this might be an excellent one to practice. And so there are sometimes people during this meditation may hear sounds or whistles or something like that, and it's the brain adjusting itself. And so the instructions say do not worry about that, just let the adjustment go on. Of course, if ever pain, that just goes without saying, if you're ever in pain, just stop and start breathing deeply. I've never experienced that with this meditation, but it says that some people do. Okay, so how to do it. The spine is straight, the chin is in neck lock, and the position, you basically make a very loose fist. And so the thumbs, which represent Aries, the planet, or the ego, you're just touching like the top knuckles, so the first joint to the tip of the thumb. So you'll notice that the hands do not touch. So it's not like this. We did this one a while ago. There's a separation. So only the thumbs are touching. The eyes, and it's at the level of your heart center. The eyes are looking at the tips of the thumbs, and then you narrow the eyes, the eyelids. Okay. The breath pattern, so I'll just repeat this a couple times. You're going to inhale, all of it's through the nose. Inhale through the nose for a count of 8 seconds. So it's not one nice, long, smooth inhalation. No strokes, just nice and smooth. And you can use the mantra, which just amplifies the benefits for counting. So sata nama, sata nama. Or if you prefer to count 1 to 8, that's fine too. Then you will hold the breath in for 8 counts, so the same amount of time. On the exhale through the nose, you're going to be exhaling in 8 equal strokes. So it's not the smooth inhale, the exhale is 8 strokes, or think of them as sniffs. So hopefully you see the difference. And then hold the breath out for 8. I'll just run through that one more time. Inhale slowly through 8 counts. Smoothly hold the breath for 8. Exhale in 8 strokes. And hold the breath out. The inhale and exhale is through the nose. Okay, so let us begin. Another thing that this does is it helps us start to learn what our attachments are. What are we attached to in this life? And then once you attach, you learn what the ego's attached to, you can start turning that over to the infinite, cosmos, God, whatever term you choose to use. All right, so let's begin. Eyes are focused on the tips of the thumbs. Eyes are just a slit. Inhaling smoothly over 8 counts. Suspending the breath for 8 counts. Exhaling 8 strokes. Holding the breath out for 8. And continue at your own pace. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale the arms over the heads. Open and close the fists rapidly a few times. Exhale and relax the breath. And just allow your eyes to remain closed. Focused at the brow point. And just be with your experiencing, noticing anything that shows up before we close. And now rubbing the palms of the hands together, placing them at the heart center. We'll close with 2 rounds of long time sun, followed by 1 long Satnam. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And the first round is for your personal intention. And the second round, we will send peace, compassion, love to all sentient beings and to Mother Earth herself. And inhale to close. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you and have a great day.